Well, next we're going to talk about Matt's, spoiler alert, favorite game, Till Dawn.
Oh.
If anybody's familiar with the game Ink and Gold, basically it's similar. You're playing a bunch of vampires. It's a very light game, and basically you flip over a location and you'll feed on it, right? You're going to get blood tokens, and the whole point of the game is to convert those into actual points. And you play 3 rounds, and whoever has the most blood at the end of the game wins. But it's like a pressure luck. So like as a card comes out, it could be like a vampire hunter, and you take damage, and each player has 5 or 6 hit points or whatever it is. And as you take damage, your health goes down, and if you die before returning to your tombstone or coffin, yeah, then you lose all your blood tokens for that turn. When you go back to the coffin, you basically cash them in, essentially. The other thing that could kill you is the sun. The one thing that's really cool about this game is it uses the box, and it has these different points on the box that you can move around the sun token, and the sun can set, and if that happens before your return, then you also you lose all your points for that turn. So let's start with you, Matt. What did you think about this game?
Oh, start with me. I did not care for this at all. I don't know. There's just too much luck aspect involved in it. I felt like a lot of it was just an autopilot. I mean, you go till, okay, the sun track is at 3, and if you've still got 3 health, you're still good to keep pushing. I mean, it's not a big deal because I think for the cards that move the sun tracker, unless it just wasn't coming out on us. But it seemed really safe in that sense.
Oh, you mean like the sun's probably not going to happen very often.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and we went through that deck a bunch.
Right. Now, I have heard people say they've had sun cards come out simultaneously. And
I mean, it is going to be luck of the draw, right?
Right.
So, if you shuffle, then all the sun cards come at the beginning. But I don't know. Like, I haven't broke it down, but it almost seems like there was more things bringing the sun back than going forward.
Right.
And so that's fine, whatever. I think that's kind of a secondary thing to the game. I think the first thing to the game is the taking the damage, right? So how long can you stay out there and take damage? Games like Ink and Gold, it's really about that second trap card coming out of the same type.
Right.
And then it, ends your adventure for that round. But in this one, you've got, hit points, and the vampires do different damages and stuff. And it does add a lot to like the powers and stuff, because you want to use your powers on other people. I don't know. Was that it? I can't even remember if that was even worth it.
I think they were trying to go for some like diplomatic,
like negotiation.
Yes, and it didn't play out very well. It was, I mean, it did some. It was kind of like, hey, I scratch your back, scratch mine. There wasn't a whole lot. It didn't get real cutthroaty though. At any point,
because you can't even. I don't even remember the fact that you can't. I don't believe you can trade blood tokens or anything.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was a cool little feature. I mean, I guess you do want people out there, so to speak, because, there's that one werewolf that does tons of damage when he comes out, and, you always want other people in the game to draw those cards and stuff. Maybe it'd been cooler if there was more things like that. So you have a lot more direct single person damage, right? So if you have like more werewolves or hunters that only damage you on the flip, right, instead of everyone,
yes,
then maybe you would want other people around to soak up that damage for you and have them killed. So
right, because everyone's just taking the damage at the same rate. I mean, it's I don't know. That was kind of the autopilot part of it. I mean, the only thing that changed the game was the powers and how you used them.
Right, yeah, because like everybody's taking 2 damage from this hunter, 1 damage from this hunter, and then. Well, I guess it is kind of random on there's these invitation cards that come out, and it says, do you want to join, go to this event or whatever. I don't know what they are, but basically you've got 4 cards that you can bid for. There's 3 different symbols, and then you can decline the invite.
Yes.
Most time I think you're going to lose blood tokens or something.
Right.
But the other ones are like, a moon symbol or a sun, like a red, blue, and a yellow or something, right? And then everybody put some face down, and then when the next card comes out, if it matches that symbol, then you get bonus points, or if you don't match it, you suffer the effects of that card, like it might do 1 damage to you. So that kind of offset the damage a little bit. But the only other thing that differentiated that was the powers. You're right. So you can heal yourself for 2 and then 1 other person. I mean, I guess that's cool, but like, why do I care if I stay around? I don't know.
Yeah, and honestly, the invitation part was one of the only mechanics I actually kind of cared for.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, the using the box as a dial was a nice addition to it. I mean, that was pretty neat.
It's cool, but it doesn't define the game.
No.
It's not a selling point.
I'm just because I didn't like it so much. I'm trying to find a few positives on it. The invitation was cool, but I mean, I didn't do the math. But I don't know if there was a risk reward on like if a certain color did damage. Was there more reds than blues? And if so, if you went with a blue, is there more chance that it's not going to come up and take damage, or is there the same amount of cards and it's just completely random if you take damage or get a bonus?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's like 40% red, 40% blue, and like 20% of that yellow.
Okay, so there was somewhat of a difference.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a difference. So one of them, and I think that one usually has. That's why on the invitation card, that one color had a crazy payout where the other ones had just mediocre.
Right.
So,
it's I don't know. That part was okay, and the tokens. What I believe we kept them hidden, didn't we?
The ones you cash in.
Yes.
I don't think it actually clarifies if you should or not. In Ink and Gold, you got like that little tent and you shove things in it, and this one like. The points are different sizes.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say.
So it doesn't really matter.
So you can sit there and just kind of look and count.
Yeah.
I think it should be kept hidden. I mean,
But, the game's only played in 3 rounds instead of 5. And so, realistically, you can win the game in one good round, and that's it.
Sure.
Because other people can get knocked out of a round, or they just don't get as many.
And
maybe.
Why did they get knocked out of a round? Because they accidentally drew a werewolf card.
One card.
The one
deck.
card.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's some of the issues I had with the game.
Yeah.
And if you're going to compare it to Ink and Gold, I mean, press your luck, but there's still that whole leaving thing with, the idols. If the idols are out there, there's that cool like, is he going to go? Is he going to stay? Because only one person gets that idol. If 2 people leave, then no one got it.
Right. That would be a cool expansion to have some kind of like ancient relic.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think it's like garbage, but if Ink and Gold didn't exist, it would be all right. Verdict?
I think if Ink and Gold didn't exist, I still would not care for this game at all. Because they're similar, but they're not close enough to, like I wouldn't replace one with the other if I liked both of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just there was too much. Like I said, the autopilot. It was real brainless to me. I didn't think it was real. There wasn't no real big decision to make. Again, going back to the idol thing, like in Ink and Gold, that's a big decision if you're going to go and get it or blah blah blah.
And the one thing it misses, I think that Ink and Gold has, is when you're like, you know what, I'm staying in. And then boom, that like 15 or 17 comes out, and you're just like, yes.
And think of it like that. If you're the only one sticking around in that game, the payoff is not near.
Oh yeah, because you're getting like what, 1, 2, or 3.
You're still getting the same amount that you've been getting with 3, 4 people in there, and
That's
same
true,
thing happens. Damage wise, the only thing really, if you're the only one in there, the biggest risk you got is if you're going to pull the werewolf.
That's true.
So that's where there was a lot of things I think just wrong with it.
Yeah. Now I will say we probably should play it a few more times to kind of solidify our concerns with the game and our opinions, but for the most part, I don't really see a lot of it changing.
No, not on me.
Yeah.